All right, everyone, welcome to the Soapstone. Remember, this is brought to you by the Soapstone. Remember to buy some sort of hors d'oeuvres while you're here. Most of it's free. And I would like to welcome the owner of the Soapstone, Mr. UA, the unemployed alcoholic. Everybody give him some nice confetti and a round of thumbs up.
Hey! All right, how we doing? Man, what a night. It's Monday night. Ashman Media's in the house. We got a NASCAR driver with us, Rich Budd, 1993. Do you drive some NASCAR?
Not really. I'm like into electric, cars and scooters kind of.
Welcome to the Soapstone Comedy Club. Please keep it clean and follow the house rules. Enjoy the show.
How rude, Kevin.
I didn't realize how big Kevin was. Man, that's a little menacing. All right. Well, again, everybody here knows that it's Monday night, so it's Mork and Monday. I asked Mork if I could come out and introduce him because there's something really special happening tonight. This is Mork's 1-year anniversary since he started this show. How about that? And one year calendar wise, what does that translate to in meta years? What do you think, Faded?
Well, if we're looking at meta years, that's about 5 human years, I'm thinking.
One day.
About 5 meta years. So 1 year calendar time is about 5 years in here. Yeah, that's probably about right. Anybody else think it's longer, less than that?
Nah.
Maybe.
Nah.
About 4 or 5.
All right. Nah. Wow, you guys are a lot of fun tonight. This is good, man. I'm excited. I get to go on vacation here next week, which is really cool. My wife and I are gonna take off for a couple weeks and go do some vacation. I'll tell you, our favorite vacation that we ever did was her and I went to Disney one time, and the best part about going to Disney was telling our 3 adult children that we were going to Disney without them. Yeah. I have no idea why anybody would ruin a perfectly good trip to Disney by taking their kids. Yeah. My oldest daughter, she took it the hardest. She's got a sleeve of Disney tattoos and a history of passive-aggressive behavior. One time we were going on a different vacation. We were going on a cruise ship, and to send us on our way, she had actually taken a CD, an audio CD of the Titanic, and planted it in the car for our listening pleasure. Yeah, that's some warm and fuzzy feelings, I'll tell you that. That was fun. So we're not going to tell her we're going on this trip until later, probably, just for self-preservation purposes. But you guys ready to hear from your host tonight, Mr. Mork?
Yep.
Yeah? All right. We need even some more confetti for that. This is his 1-year anniversary. Next week is his birthday. Mork is his name. Comedy is his game. And he is here to entertain y'all all night long. Let's give it up for Mork is my name.
How do you freaking do? Oh my God, there's so many people here. Holy crap. Hello. Who? Haha. Where'd he go? God, he vanished like a ninja. Ladies and gentlemen, I am tickled multiple colors right now to be here on just the anniversary of the first time Brody. I got tricked into performing on stage at the Soapstone. This is amazing. You come in for like a single trip cruise contract to be a massage therapist, and you end up doing comedy forever. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Morkin' Monday. This is the thing that I do every week where I get up in front of you guys and I just vent or something, and it makes everybody giggle a little bit. And, giggle, piddle, whatever. We've got stops and mops and all kinds of shops to make sure we can clean all that stuff up later. But how is everybody doing? We just ended the weekend, Shaw. The weekend has been done. That is over with. Now the week starts. I'm sorry for you, but my weekend has just begun. So, the best part about that is, and I hate saying it, because everybody that I know and love is literally like, you As soon as they wake up first thing Monday morning. And God bless them. God bless those poor people that like know, right? It gets up like 6 a.m. Not on God. Not on God or Jesus or any of the little sleepy things in Snow White cartoons. I don't want to. And then what happens? 5 minutes later, nope, not on my mama, not on my kids, nope, not on that dude I owe money to. I'm not doing. I swear to God, if they ever invent an alarm clock that grabs you by the neck and just shakes you like a British nanny, then I swear I'm going to invest every cent into that company. I'm telling you, because I have seen some crazy ones. Do you people not? Have you seen any of the stuff that they do? Like you type alarm clock into Google or Amazon and just kind of stand back and you're like, boy, how many people are that messed up that they can't wake up to just simple like, you know, like remember the old ones? It was like a clock radio, had the face. Every single one of your dads have this alarm clock. You cannot tell me they don't. Okay, that's the beautiful part about it. It was a black brick, had a snooze button the size of a pinky, okay, right across the front of it. And it would just like, remember really lightly? Almost like a gentle friend. Wake the hell up, you sleepy prick. And then if you didn't do it, what would happen? It would just start getting you. The volume would increase until all of a sudden you got like the loudest ex-wife on the side. And you're just like, I'm awake. I swear to God, I'm done. I can't. That's not enough to wake people up. Check. I'm going to give you a couple examples and I'm going to bring somebody up because I imagine you would like to come up on stage and tell your jokes, huh? You are just here to stage me to funk. I love it. Diff Unk. I said it wrong. It's mispronunciation on my part. I apologize. Oh, my brain needs to function normally like humans do, and in order to do that, it's called masking. People think that I'm doing it because I'm special. I do it because I'm special needs. As an example of that, I have to take caffeine in order to sleep. People are like, what? Like everybody else, I can take it to stay awake. Some people know what I'm talking about. It's not like it happens to everybody. Yep. But if you're like in the head and you don't really function like a normal human, and I mean full on, you want to instant replay that? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Your brain don't work the way it's supposed to, i.e. like you are wide awake when you are not supposed to be. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be damned if you do not have to finish that model, okay? Because Vegeta's leg is not going to go back together on its own. That's a piece-by-piece model, brick for brick. You got to put the stickers on afterwards. All the decals go in segmented. It's a process, baby. Models are important. What time is it? I got to go to work. When? I'm late? Frick? That's my life with this stuff. So I have to be I got to pay attention to everything. Everyone, every time, everything. How many people out there forget what they're talking about like I just did 6 different times in one tangent, okay? How many times does that happen to people? You know why? Because we're scatterbrained. And because that effect on the brain, see how it cycled back, conflicts with standard product use. I'm going to give you an example. People go out and they're like, oh my God, I'm so tired and so hungover. Oh my God, I just want to like get a coffee and just die in it. Like get a red eye, sit there, tell everybody else to piss off. And what do? You drink the coffee and you pretend nobody's there and you just like shush the world out. And then you wake up, brother, and bushy-tailed for the day. Anybody else coffee drinkers? Caffeine in, good, happy out. Yeah, right? Right? All of a sudden, like the one mass of horns, hatred, and evil has produced a box of fluffy kittens, and all it takes is a cup of coffee. Yeah. It's kind of the exact opposite after a certain point, because it's like, I don't know, people can smoke weed so much that they sober out of it. You sober out of it. Okay? You're like, oh my God, so cool. Do you ever think the president, like, learned how to teleport? I want to eat like a pizza with like toppings made out of littler pizzas. Right? And then you take that last one. Oh crap, I got to file my taxes. It's almost April 14th. Ah, dang it. Just sober instantly. And you don't know why. Okay? That's a thing that can happen. Okay? And just like that, you can be taking everything else caffeine wise. I'm awake. I'm alert. I'm jittery. I am so freaking tired. And it's the difference between 1 espresso, 2 espresso, 3 espresso snore. And if anybody else has ever dealt with that, you got to let me know. That's a thing that might happen to people beyond me. And the one crazy guy who always agrees with me when I talk about crazy stuff that happens to me, which makes me feel accepted. It's not you. I'm just pointing out to the word distance. You're just right in front of it. I still love you, both of you, all of you, everybody. I'm sorry. Isn't that messed up? You ever like waved at someone and someone in between you like, hi, and you don't want to feel like an ass, so you just like wave back at them like, it's okay, you can be included in this. I don't want you to have that awkward walking away from this feeling like, oh no, that wasn't me. I'm not included. Wing. I've been that. I had two absolutely fantastically fabulous gay men across the street from each other, and one was crossing. And I don't know why, but I just like caught the cross. He's coming across, and he's like, hey, like big and fabulous. And I'm like, he's talking to me? You have that weird, like, you know, what is that, like Clint Eastwood, like, could be talking to me, I'm the only one here, like walking across the street all of a sudden, right, in public. Yeah, of course I'm the only one here, I'm an idiot. So, like, what do I do? But I just give him, like, a hello, like, right back. I don't even care. I'm like, ah! He's talking to the guy behind me. I mean, like, behind me, trying to get the attention of someone I didn't even know was there. If I'd have looked back, that'd have been a serial killer. That'd have been the credits rolling. That'd have been my movie ending.
I'm a friend.
But I went back around real quick to realize what's going on, and he goes, not you, but you're gorgeous anyways. Whee! He just keeps walking across the street. Felt so good about myself after that, and that's when I decided I will always include people
Right back.
in making sure that they smile. Ooh, I hear the voice
Okay. I'll see you. I'll come back.
of a Menaire. Do we
Of a minute.
have one in here? Did I just turn into one of the Sanderson sisters? Like, Winnie, I smell toad wind. Like, I didn't mean to do that kind of stuff, but it's the only way to fish out the poor ones that keep it coming in. I don't want to accidentally traumatize someone under the age of 13, people, because that, can I just like experience that as a thing? Okay, I exist, and people are like, oh my God. So I don't want to do it on purpose, let alone by accident. And I just need to be in a room with someone under that age for them to hear me talk and go, oh my God, is that what I'm going to become? What is life? What am I? And that's it. I literally traumatize kids with existence, let alone do like anything else. I cook for a young one and just watch their like life leave their body, dude. Like, you ever seen somebody hit instant regret? Let them put a plate of food that I made them in front of them. Not be on purpose, but definitely be to spice things up. If you're bored one night, and your kids put up a fight because they don't like the stuff that you cook. I gotta take a vape real quick. I quit smoking a while ago. Always just mess with them. Don't hesitate. Boo! Who boo?
No, I don't care.
Lizard, are you drunk? Get over here. Just boo me.
I'm using the malt.
Who? Okay, I was gonna say, come at me like a delicious baguette. What are you doing to me? I'm not prepared. I'm hungry. Oh, I'm just kidding. Hi. Anyway, have you ever noticed when you're giving attention and you're starting to distract yourself from a show by talking to the crowd, don't let hecklers heckle you with heckling. Heck. I'm just kidding. Mayhem! Oh my God, the whole crowd is here. I could literally just name names all day long. Every single one of my favorite people on the planet managed to float around in this existence, doing amazing things, amazingly. And how often do I have to be the one to acknowledge that they're doing amazing things when I could barely put two Legos together on purpose and have them be the right shape for anything? I can barely follow the instructions to make Pop-Tarts, let alone operate any of the stuff that these people. When I had the gift, the plaisir, okay, that's French for pleasure, to sit with this dude Mayhem and my dude Ace, the two of them being like just infinite wonder brains. First off, Mayhem can like throw anything together that you can come up hypothetically, right? You put that together, he puts that together, and then Ace looks at it with his like 4D chess, two Batmans trying to figure out a nuclear bomb, brain mentality, chemistry he's got going on, comes together and just like improves it. Okay, that's not like a dip on him so that he hears me boasting about him and then does some free work for me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because I could use like some club work. But like the fact that like he literally kicks butt and I can't. They were teaching me how to build stuff and they're like, all right, well, we put this chair together because we thought we were going to have like a talk show like Jerry Springer and you could like, like hit somebody, blam, hit him with the chair, just like, blah, like falls apart and all kinds of stuff. He doesn't like talk. That's me talking for him. Usually the conversation between Ace and the world is silence or snacking or success or just put a comma in between those. You tell him what you want, and if he doesn't like reciprocate with the sound of like a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos being rustled through, you're not getting squat done for you. Do you understand? If that man can't snack in the middle of it, you're done. You're done. Go out and figure it out with somebody else, man. Have fun with your 3 brown cubes in the corner of whatever. I can't build for squat. I've tried. They taught me how to build something, and it was the one thing I built, and it's still floating around in the Mork at Midnight soundstage, right? You guys were like, look at this. You make an oval. Boop, boop, boop. Now change its color. And I'm like, oh. Like they literally had a caveman by the what's this called? The scruff, back of the neck. Just like in the back corner, just putting these pieces together. Ba, ba, ba. And when I finally put the blimp together and like, oh, that's what he was doing. He turns around and he goes, yeah, that's really like a 5-year-old putting something on the fridge, right? He's like, well, look at what you did. And you did it all by yourself. Whoa, wow. And then I swear to God, without skipping a beat, just to show me up, he turns around and he's like doing this. And he comes back and the freaking thing flies. And I'm like, dude, leave me alone. I retire. I'm done. I can't do it. What the hell? How did you do that? It was bad enough that I had to sit there and go, and then what happened? They go together to change their color? Like you could have literally heard the brain cells sizzle and slide out of my ear. Just for him to come back and be like, and now if you push this button, it makes you a beautiful espresso. I'd have died. The cats and the creativity in this place blow my mind. You ever seen a DeLorean? I feel like that dude from Half Baked, where it's like, you ever seen a DeLorean on weed? It's like, you ever seen a DeLorean on VR? That's the way to see it. It's just whack. You know, like, what can I say about the truth? Like, imagine a thing. I'm going to start bragging. I always end up becoming a commercial for Horizon Worlds because that's how I found it. There was so many, like, awesome things. You ever been spooked before? And then, like, go to somebody else's idea of spook and you're like, I have completely misread, scaring the crap out of myself. This is the new experience. It's like when you say that you're good with hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? And you tell everybody in your friend group that you can handle the heat. And then they put you down for something that's just full on whack your Friday night out of whack kind of thing. And you got to either hit it with that blunt force lie where you're just like, I'm good. And your face turns purple and your lips start to cave in on you. Or do you buckle out like everybody should and go, mommy needs a milky. I screwed up. Like, how do you ever base that from that point forward? Just admit it. I like hot stuff, comma, but it's gonna kill me. I'm gonna be drippy and snotty. That's how I present myself to every World and Horizon Worlds. I'm gonna love it, comma, but it's gonna make me drippy and snotty. I'm probably gonna cry. I'm probably gonna pee. I'm probably gonna laugh till I cry, or I'm probably gonna just sit there and shiver pee, and it's just gonna be snot and me and scream and fear, and I'm gonna love every second of it. I love the haunted houses. I love the puzzle houses. Tell me you haven't been to the haunted houses out here in VR. Right? That is far out. People are like, dude, like, people are messed up. I'm messed up, and because I enjoy it. I will literally, like, what did you do? Oh, I made a house where it's a bunch of different rooms, and they change based on the door you go in. So the door you're actually walking into isn't the room you're going in, and there's all these masks and knives, and you can pick any face you want, and you kill each other. Why? I mean, is there a goal? Do I get a trophy? Like made out of bone of the people? Like, you killed so many, and then I pose with it like Jaws or something. Like, look what it did. Like, there's no point. No, we just do it all again afterwards. Cool. Pennywise, spatula, go out there and achieve. You know what I'm saying? I've gone to one that was absolutely horrendous, okay? It literally looked like Cthulhu had a nightmare, okay? It's just hidden rooms, tentacles, spoopy jump scares, and I can't even remember the name of it because halfway through, I forgot I was wearing a damn headset. That's when you know you've won. That's when you know your life is over in the virtual world. When you go, mommy's scared, I don't want to be here anymore. And that's usually my MO. Like, mama needs a drink. And when I come home from work, like, I know. Okay, I know I have a weenus on my elbow. Put it that way. So when I say things like "Mama needs a drink," I hope you know that, like, I grew up with a woman who would come through the door and be like, "Mama needs a drink," and I'd be like, "Mom's had a bad day. Mom needs a drink. I'm gonna make that cocktail. It's gonna be okay." Like, my mother was literally a race, like she was a race gal, like a trophy girl. Like she presented trophies to the gals that win in racetracks. She also like taught celebrities how to ride horses. She's been in like a billion different accidents. The woman is basically held together with the best of intentions. Okay, she has seen every kind of chaos a woman can throw at you. I just had someone go stealth. I'm pretty sure one of the like silent Facebook ninjas, one of the little meta ninjas, just gave me confetti. I wish we could have recorded that just now. Because someone was invisible, and then I saw the poof, the confetti poof. Could you imagine somebody in here like, all right, the log is 8:35 p.m. We're in the Soapstone. Oh my God, that joke was hilarious. Frick! And then I have to like poof out. What do? I make people forget they're at work. Ba-doom, ba-boom, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Anyway, I was talking about my mother and how incredibly immortal she is. Yes. When I was a kid, has anybody ever do this? Like, let me know if this is a thing that other parents have done, or whether or not I'm just like, I don't know, like an animal, like a trained animal at this point. I can only imagine. So hear me out. So we have an opportunity here. I'm outside. I'm playing a game. I'm enjoying every minute of it, right? Like a human being should at that age. And then out of nowhere, you hear that like the kind of one where they like put their fingers under their tongue, right? Or over their tongue, they roll it and they hit you with that like. It echoes through the airwaves. It's loud. The whole world went, someone needs to come home, you know? She would do that. And it would cast across the friggin' airwaves. And no matter where I was within like a 2-mile radius, I would zip zam, thank you, ma'am, all the way home. I mean, I could probably climb through people's front and backyards. That's what I used to do. Like hop over somebody's back fence like Bueller style. Dun, 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 dun. Just like over fences. What's that? Smells delicious. Dinner's ready. Just like running through. Get in there, open the door, and she'd be like, could you hand me the remote, baby? Or could you grab me a beer out of the fridge or something like that? And then I just literally got to hate myself that I ran 1.5 miles. But I was in my 20s to kind of punctuate that. And I don't know how I gotta always make myself out to look like a freaking hippie, and then also like a redneck hippie, and then also like a broke redneck hippie. Oh, wait, I was. Anyway, so I was smoking in a trailer with my uncle out of a bong and some really low-grade farm stuff. I mean, the kind of stuff that you would use to, like, you know, when, like, a hobo comes battling through, like, now we put you to work in the morning. Y'all go ahead and lay down in the barn right here. You put yourself up some of this hay. And then they, like, push a bunch of the freaking weed we used to smoke when I was a kid into a corner. Y'all lay down up on that now and just keep your nice and flesh off the ground until we get something to do with you in the morning. And then you fall asleep on the freaking big old pile of the dirt weed that we used to call it Charlie Brown, okay, to make it better, okay? Like, it's okay because we're calling it a cute name. It's like, no, that's been holding the door open for the last 3 months because it's too hard to grind. Brick. There was a reason why it was called that. But I'm sitting there, I'm smoking with my uncle. We're reminiscing about all the times when I was too young to smoke, and his dumbass and all of my other uncles would smoke and stuff like that, and that's fine. But my 2 buddies who'd come to scoop me up from Colorado came in, and they're hanging out with my mom, and they're having one of those like rocking chair conversations on the porch. They're 2 little lesbians from like Boulder, Colorado, so they're super woke. They drink fancy coffees. They have a condo, you know, and they're hanging out with my mama, Kathy, and Willie, I'm like, oh no. When redneck meets woke tonight on UPN, an investigation. You know, like, I was ready for the worst. But they got along great. Because the little one, Holly, she was just a loud, obnoxious one. She always would be like, it's okay, I'm Jewish. And I'm like, I don't really understand how that's going to help you in any argument. But if it's okay, because if you're short and you're a gymnast and you're Jewish and a lesbian, I guess that means you're immortal. Anyway, but they're out there having a great time talking about who knows what for who knows what reason. And out of nowhere, she talks about how she can control her brothers and her children because she had to raise them with a whistle. And while me and my uncle are like, can you get that to light? What's wrong with you, boy? Come on now. We hear, and I mean like 2 cockroaches with the light on, man. I came out of a window. He came out of the back hatch, hit the dirt, face first, and then we ran. Got to the friggin' back door, and we were like, what's up? What's up? He was even just as exacerbated as I was. You called? You need something? What's going on, sis? And she's like, see, it took like 30 seconds. She just whistled to show them that we came, like how obedient we were. I'm at this point, I'm convinced that she didn't even really like whistle with her face. She reached into her blouse and pulled out like a steel pipe. And we just like perked up like two Labradors and shot off in the direction that it came in. I don't think that she actually had this. She had one of those. We were under that thumb. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you don't know. But I was literally this close as a child to being chained to a tree with a bucket of food and a bucket of water. Okay? I saw someone online who was like, oh my God, people like drink from the hose. Did you even like have access to a sink? I brushed the gray back into the ponytail and I was like, yes, dear boy, of course we did. But it was a different time back then because we were only allowed between the times when the lights were on. When sunlight appeared, out we went into the valley, the outside. A new place, a place you've never seen while you're going back and forth from your car. Different times back then. Who remembers drinking out of a hose? And who remembers being the jackass in the front? Yeah, who didn't wait patiently. It happened only once to everybody who ever did. Let me narrate something for you, okay? It's hot. Why? Because you're dumb. Why? Because you're a kid outside in the 80s and 90s. Literally was one of the worst times to be alive for that age because they would literally like poof you out and you didn't have like stuff to do. They would like, you'd be like drawing shapes in the mud with a stick. And that's people would always be like, it was uphill both ways in the snow. But girl, come on. It was that. It was exactly that. It was just as rugged. And you know why nobody knows about it? Because there wasn't like, oh my God, Facebook, this just happened to me. There was no cell phones to like, I just got insulted walking down the street. But like back then it was like, this dude literally just picked me up into his window of his car because he's my brother's friend and drove me around like, what was it called? Pink bellying me for like a block and a half as they drove around my neighborhood. Okay, I got abducted and paddled, and when I walked back home, like that walk, like you're done emotionally, spiritually as a child, and it's just and then when you get home, they're like, "What happened?" You're like, hey, pink belly me while I was on the walk home, and then and like it's all consonants at that point. You can't really get anything out. They just got the gist of it in the beginning. They see the belly, and what do? They were bullies or nerds from their childhood, so they just giggle at you like, "You goober, why did you get caught? You should have jumped into a bush. You should have took off your glasses. You should have run for the hills. You should have took off your shoes. You're faster that way. Get a little better next time." They didn't train us. They just warned us after the fact. Got your butt kicked. That was dumb. You're like, wait, what? What? You're like, if that would have been me, I'd have kicked his butt. How does that work now? What are you doing to me? And then flash forward a week later after they told you some gooberish advice, like you got to stand your ground or you got to take the first swing. If you punch him first, it'll throw him off his guard. It'll throw him off his whack, and he won't know what to do because he wouldn't have expected you to fight back in the first place. Not knowing that 99.99% of the bison in my high school that like walked around in those American PJ-looking pants and the tank top with the friggin' Fishburne, what are those called? The Oakley frickin' reflected lenses with the hat on backwards, literally waiting to show off the kung fu they've been learning for the last 3 years straight. They come up and mouth off to you, and you're like, today's the day I'm going to defend myself. And you like, you get them with all of the like up, down, left, right, BA that you've been doing for the last like 6 years of your life because you ain't fought nobody in existence. And this kid's been like, ha, hoo, hi, yeah, ha, hoo, hi, yeah. And you're like, I'm done. You get up, you get one in front of him. That's your hand like against the hand, right? Against the head. Doesn't even skip his friggin' stride. What does he do? Kia, and everybody saw. Kia, and everybody saw. That is 100% truth, my kids. You went down like a sack of hammers. You went down like a pound of turkey meat. You went down to Chinatown. Nothing is more obnoxiously embarrassing than trying to stand up to a bully and getting spiggity spanked as a kid. Okay, because then you grow up later and you see him, but joke's on that guy, all right? Let me tell you what happens. You get your booty kicked as a kid, you grind up on it, right? And then you don't, and then you won't, and then the rest of your life is just like that kid that got bullied. Everybody remembers the kid that got bullied, but nobody remembers the bully until they see the kid that got bullied. Anybody live in their hometown? Anybody live where they're from? Anybody? Anybody adult still live in their hometown? You still live in your hometown, bro. That's amazing. I love it. You know what that means? You get to go everywhere and see it and experience it and then come back and tell all the people that can't. I'm just kidding. Like, that's kind of mean, but at the same time, like, a lot of the people that I grew up in California where, like, everybody hated on everybody. They had to, like, make a presence known. The surfers picked the fight with the skaters, picked the fight with the bladers, picked the fight with the football guys, picked the fight with the soccer guys, who picked the fight with, I don't know, the Sharks and the Jets, you know, like, who cares? But the point is, like, all of those fights and stuff ended up with people growing up not being friends. So when you separate and come back, you got spite in your life. Everybody know what spite is? Spite is the one reason to tell the guy who's still, like, being a cash register at a grocery store where you grew up that, like, you are a friggin' amazing cameraman with a repertoire that goes for miles. It is an unending scroll of I am snazzy as hell. And a lot of people don't know that because they don't get to. Am I right? A bully will never know, but I am the braggy. I used to be 300 pounds, kids. I was the fat kid. I couldn't stand up for myself because it was too much energy. I couldn't stand up for myself because if I stood up for myself, they would kick my knees from underneath me and I would just roll downhill. I was such a fat little kid back then that I would make sure that my snacks were intact when I got back up. I didn't get up to dust myself off. I got up to make sure that my Cheetos were still dusted, people. That's right. It was about conservation and saving, all right? Saving those precious Cheetos. And then I got skinny. And then it was awkward because I went back to my hometown and what? I was just a skinny fat kid. I still like food, so it's always really awkward when I was still like, I got weight on me now, so I don't, I can't really say that. I'm 39 years old. I look like a 39 sheared. I've got the like kind of receding hairline thingy going. Don't let the ponytail and the avatar fool you. Someone made a joke about me being bald like about a few months back, and it started happening. I was like, a curse has been laid upon my head this day. No, you're getting bald because you're getting old, or you just don't take care of your hair. I don't know. I don't know what people are supposed to do with their heads. What? You like shampoo and humans? I get they eventually go bald, and I'm accepting that. Who wants to get tattoos with me when you go bald? Huh? Right across the hairline. It'll say hair. Right? Then you could say you always had hair on your head. Huh? Huh? Gibbs liked it. Come on. I don't know. No, what I want to do is I want to have this. Your hair won't go in one swoop. Okay, the good Lord saw fit to just embarrass the hell out of you every chance he gets. Okay, and he's not going to just make your hair one day. You're not going to wake up and go, hey, too, and all your hair's going to go, poof. I wish it would. It would be so much easier than it just like going very slowly. All right, I am a victim of addition right now. I had a forehead when I was a teenager in my 20s. And into my 30s, I started to grow a 5 head when the hair was like, screw this guy, let's get out of here. I heard there's a party going on downtown. And just started leaving me from the hairline up. It doesn't help that the headset wraps across that hairline, so there's more hair getting worked out. If you wear a headset, like headphones, on the top of your head, and this is a fact, if you wear that on the top of your head every day, day in and day out, because you're a gamer or you're like a streamer, that stuff leaves an indent in your skull. And I saw a video of all of the like top gamers and stuff going, that's not real, and taking the headset off and then feeling the like cereal bowl that's now permanently an addition to them. The extra book nook, the spot for their secret snack. I would trust that dude to hide my weed at every concert we ever went to. You know why? Beanie on the head, no one would know. Done. Like, where are my cheese snacks? Oh, that's right. Reginald. And he's like, Moop. I don't know why his name was Reginald. Reginald the Cheesehead Man. Thank you, Cheesehead Man. And he's off on another adventure. No, that would terrify the hell out of me if I did something to mess with it. No, actually, you know what? That's not fair. Has anybody ever seen an amusement park called Kings Island? While I get off on another tangent. Kings Island is amazingly boring and in the middle of Ohio. And they tried their best, okay? I think they tried their best because the state's like, when someone's defensive of the only thing that they have, you just got to give it to them. You got to be nice. You can't be, it's okay because it's bigger and they have Halloween and then sometimes they do. You go right ahead, honey. Have fun. You just, I've literally been to California, like Magic Mountain, Disneyland, all of that stuff. You've got 6 amusement park rides and a cheeseburger. So you get it. You go. Mwah. Iowa's not any better. They've got Adventureland. Adventureland is literally a walk around a giant open empty field. And they've got like a couple of like those steel rides all the way around. Now, I might be complaining because I'm slightly overweight. I'm a ginger and it was in the middle of summer. Okay? Those things, if we do math, means that my ass should have been home doing what? Eating Cheetos, watching TV. That's absolutely right. Instead, I'm in the middle of an open field with heat penetrating these giant metal rides for food that I couldn't eat in a place that I couldn't enjoy because it was in the middle of the summer. I'm not Olaf, baby. I hate the summer. The skies will be blue, and you will be there too. But I won't, because I'll be home during summer. Anyway, I don't ever want to have to be in that experience again. The top part of my head, okay, like where the good Lord shines straight down upon me, was just like oven roasted applewood smoked bacon, okay? I left like a rotisserie chicken's alarm going off. I'm like, no, the sizzle means it's done. And I just started walking to the exit. It's like, I can hear me cooking. My thoughts are thoughts. I gotta get the hell out of here. And I mean, like, I got a shirt. I went on some rides. I did the fat kid thing and tried to find a single food that I could eat. And of course, it wasn't the one that I wanted because it's never the one you want. It's the one you compromise before you find the one you want. Right? You're at Disneyland. You want like that one pizza that's in the shape of his hand. And you like go looking around for all this different stuff. You find like Goofy's churros and Donald's quesadillas or whatever the hell. And then you get somewhere and you're like, I've been walking around for hours. I've been through Two Town 3 times. I'm not jumping around in the Mickey house anymore. I don't want to get my picture taken in the jail. I don't want to talk to the stormtroopers. I want to get my stupid pizza. And you don't find it. But what do you find? Like some weird falafel doodad that's like in the shape of a pumpkin or whatever. I don't know. I'm too old for Disney, but I watch it all the time, so I'm just trying to make up the fact that I'm too old for Disney. And you find this snack, und du buys your snack. And you're sitting there and you're like, it's good, but it could have been better. And then what do you do when you come across the corner and see what? You smell what? Like mozzarella and sauce, and you're like, the hell they did. I wish you would. I better not come around this corner. I best not come around this dang corner. If I walk my fat ass around this edge, right meow, and I see me mozzarella pepperoni goodness in the shape of, I am going to absolutely lose my cotton picking mind. What doth I see before me? Pizza. In the shape of a mouse's head. And what have I already spent my money on? The right to use the bathroom twice, I assume, and other snacks. I'm worried that that's the future. I don't know how that's going to go. Like, everything is crazy inflated. I can't buy chicken fetus without having to worry about blowing $10 nowadays. Hey, watch Coneheads. That's from the 80s. I still remember what they used to call breakfast in that movie, but I can't properly repeat it because I'm an idiot. And it was something funny, like they like masticated pork skin, something science words and stuff because they were Coneheads and they're awesome. Go back and watch some of the 80s movies that isn't tainted by absolute racism and sexism. Oh my God. How many people from their childhood have had their games and stories and movies and stuff kind of crushed because you went back and watched it in a more woke time and it ended up being slightly terrifying? And I use the woke in quotes because not everything from past is explicitly offensive as much as it's like a learning tool nowadays, because I can watch Revenge of the Nerds and go, oh my God, that's horrible. But as a kid I was like, Revenge of the Nerds. Like, I didn't care. I didn't know. I wasn't a part of that life. I just thought like, oh my God, they were so hated by everybody. And then it turns out, he's like cool and like good in bed. And it's like, no, that girl thought he was his boyfriend. Let's move on to another tangent. Other 80s movies could be horrible, but not that horrible. What about Pretty in Pink? Oh, what about 16 Candles? No. Good message, good story, bad delivery. You fail that one. That's terrifying. Go back to watch any of those ones that you watched as a kid. I think like The Breakfast Club is one of the ones that fetters that line. Because there's not like everybody's got their own little messed up stuff and they're still kind of like, kids dealing with abusive households and stuff like that. Now, the only thing that bothers me is how they represent people smoking weed in that movie. Hollywood, for whatever reason, people smoke weed and they get like the insane giggles or they want to just like randomly start punch dancing out their rage in a library. Like, no. Baby, I am almost 39 years old as of next week, okay? I have never smoked weed and been like, guys, I know you all want some cheeseburgers, but but I want to dance. Like, no, it's never, ever, ever happened. Okay, unless dance is a flavor of like Cheetos or something. I must really want some dang snacks right now. I'm telling you. Have you ever hit that point? That's when God's letting you know, eat, boy, eat something. I don't think I can though, because I've got me a busted tooth right here that's growing, and I don't like that. Anybody had that time in between when you busted a tooth and when you had to go to the dentist, right? You plan, you're an adult, can't go just yet because you've got bills to pay, right? And it's like, be homeless with fixed teeth. Pay them bills. Mm-hmm. Now, if you've got insurance, just ignore this. This is for the other ratchets in the toolbox, okay? Just hear me out. Because, yes, I have had to make decisions like that. Yes, I have had to warrant the choice of either sacrificing my electricity or my water or my food to make sure one of the other ones function. And I've absolutely had to warrant justifying said decision for the next month. Is this going to be a thing that I need? Fixing the cancerous hole in my face that could possibly lead to an infection that makes them cut off something? Or death? Remember death? Death being a possibility? Are you familiar with death? Death! Maybe I just pay my bills this time. Death! Maybe. Death. What could possibly go wrong? Death! I've got stuff I gotta take care of next week. I just can't cancel it. And there you are, grown man. On the side of your face. It's fine. You literally look like the bad end of a pumpkin. Are you sure you don't want to go to the hospital? It's fine. My tooth is slowly becoming sentient, and I think that's how Skynet became created. I want to make sure, though, before I pull it, because I don't know if pulling it makes it get closer to a computer and take it over. Priorities, people. Maybe that's why I don't get my tooth ripped out. It starts the apocalypse. Butterfly wings flapping something or other, right? Yeah. Pull my tooth, you trip over a cordless phone, that alerts the friggin' authorities to check you out, and then all of a sudden you're a spy for the friggin' deep state, and the deep state is ran by a bunch of rabid squirrels in a man suit named Kyle. It all escalates, baby, and then who knows? Kyle's a president. We all got to do what those squirrels say, and you know what it is? Nuts. It's all nuts. Different kinds of nuts. Crazy nuts. Just got to accept it. All hail Kyle. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was an introductory to the tangent of my mind and how quickly that can spiderweb into what the hell was he just talking about. I only pull that card like the Blue Eyes White Dragon when I have to in public as like an actual defense. Normally, I try my best to do what's called masking, where I'm like, I'm normal, normal. I'm positively, absolutely, completely freaking normal. And people are going, who's that chubby guy whispering to himself that he's normal? I don't know, but assuming that's his standard of living, I think it's pretty normal. Is trying to be like a, what's the word? Have you ever seen like somebody shake up a bottle and then set it down and it pop on its own? My day is just literally being shook up. Until there's really no reason for it to be shook up anymore. And then they just set it down while it's in that like mild cartoonish like vibration where it's going to combust. And at home, that's when the cork comes off. Every wackadoo thing that's ever come across my brain, every goofy song that I heard that I can't get out of there, every weird commercial jingle, every recipe on Facebook I'll try halfway through and leave in the sink. Every goofy thing that could possibly happen in a day happens in that moment when I'm at home, and peace be with the grilled cheese, man. Has it always been that chaos is when you least expect it? Is it always when you're like in that place where you're like, and nothing can go wrong? Oh no, it all went wrong. I'll be at home. I'll kick the shoes off. Like, tough day, babe, tough day. Boof, boof, drop the keys, boof, boof, sit down. And then you get a call. Something didn't happen at work. You got a bill you didn't expect you had to pay. HBO or Hulu or Netflix or Disney, for some reason, their bill got put yesterday and you didn't have the funds for it. And that new show got released today. The show you've been silently humming to yourself because you get to go home and watch the. I'm going to get caught up. Boop, 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 boop. 39 years old. I'm excited about watching 28 minutes of a fictional character doing something. Kyle's got a date with Bradley and Beverly at the same time, and he doesn't know how to tell which one that he's a squid. And you're like, yay, I'm there. I'm all there. And then you can't, because for whatever reason, they decided that yesterday was the day that $14.96 was going to be taken out of the card ending in 6767. Dang, I got to buy a new card now, or get a new card now. Password's 1234, Grandma. Now we got to change it again. Anyway. I have met so many absolutely countless frustrations in the home place that can literally only be warranted by the fact that someone in my past life has pissed off the devil, and now I am the one taking the penance for it. And if that is the case, bring it on, Big Mama, because I ain't scared of you, and I am bored and slightly chubby, so this is going to burn calories and entertain. Bring it on. You mess up my Hulu subscription, I'll go to Disney Plus. Disney Plus is glitching, I'll play some video games. My video game's not loading correctly, I will use my imagination. 35 stick figures later, I have created scene 15 from episode 35 of the second season of Game of Thrones, because that's how I wanted it to see, and Reek should have had a better chance, man. Should have at least let him loose in the woods, let him go with the white people, or with the White Walkers, or whatever the hell they're weird called, even though they were blue. Just messed my day up. See, and now I'm entertained. Thank you, stick figures. All I had to do was eat 17 boxes of popsicles. Tell me, who likes popsicles? You know what I like about them? The riddles. Or do they still do that anymore? Remember Popsicle? Okay, it was a brand. The colors, Duke! The colors! Nothing? Am I that old? One. I love you both. You know I do. Because there's just... If he doesn't get a response, he's going to try to continue to explain freaking ice cream. For the love of God, let's get this over. I'm just kidding. Somebody pops the flare, leads me like a T-Rex off stage. I'm always terrified that that's what's going to happen. Like, how do they virtually include the friggin' clown from the Apollo into the Soundstone stage? They'll do it just for me. I keep calling it the soundstage, the Soapstone soundstage, because I have literally been working with so many. What's your favorite thing about Horizon Worlds? Is it like constantly doing stuff? Because if the answer is yes, then we've got something in common. Because there are people out there that are doing interviews and podcasts with interviews and stuff like that, and they're really cool and they're really fun to listen to. I love podcasts because they're always got a topic that you never knew was coming. You know, like, can bacon really have an opinion? Can you nail Jell-O to a wall? Is there any way that you can convert a squirrel into Christianity? All of these and more through podcasts. You don't believe me? Has anybody read of something? Like, check out this, all right? I want you to go onto YouTube and I want you to look up something called Night Vale. Next time you're bored and you don't have anything to watch or listen to, do the dishes, clean the house, whatever. Listen to Welcome to Night Vale. I'm telling you right now, it's a disc jockey in a fictional city talking about all the fudged up stuff that goes on in this fake city called Night Vale. It's amazing and it's adorable, and it makes me think I'm an idiot because of all of the stuff I could have done to be entertaining, all of the different facets. I could have literally, there's people out there that literally unbox things for a living. There's a kid a few years back that made how many thousands of dollars making slime? Right? And I'm out here like, does the suit fit, sir? Or are you happy for my paycheck? When I could be like making models in my underwear underwater or something on YouTube? Are you kidding me? Nobody wants to see me in my underwear underwater making models. Nobody. Oh my God. I don't even want to see myself. That's a weird thing. You ever seen a chubby guy in water? God hates a chubby guy in water for some reason. I don't know what that is. You literally look like a play-by-play reenactment of a guy getting shot in the chest by a cannonball underwater the whole time. You get underwater and your stomach's like... And then you start swimming and the force starts to get it, and then it's like wiggle-waggling all over the place because it's not attached to you. It's just attached to you. So it gets to flippity-flap around like it's a sweater filled with, like, I don't know, jelly or something. And it's just like the worst experience ever. I used to be almost 300 pounds. That's literally like carrying 2 angry midgets on your back and on your chest while you're trying to do anything. And I mean, they want to just bring you down. That is just it. Being a chubby, they don't care. So when you're underwater and you're trying to pull yourself with all of the fat that God could muster to trick you with, oh my God. That's why I had to lose weight. But even then, even und my shabbiest, okay, I was still out swimming the grape smugglers from high school. Okay, if you don't know what a grape smuggler is, you were never in swim team. Okay, and it's not because they had healthy snacks hidden in the backpack. No, okay, these cats, they swam a lot. And because of that, they had to wear Speedos. Anybody remember Speedos? Speedos is the athletic underwear with a purpose. And the purpose is to remind everyone of what you've got under your Speedo. So that was always terrifying for me, to be the guy that could outswim the Speedos. Because I didn't want to be behind them ever. So chubby, right? Eating my snacks. Maybe I'm a little red-eyed, cash-eyed, whatever you call it. Sitting there thinking about my favorite Sublime album. Someone comes up, starts talking smack about me being fat. See, I had to drop the friggin' references from the era because they didn't know. I don't practice Santeria. I'm like, yeah, ain't got no crystal ball. Yeah, well, I've got a bag of Cheetos and I'll eat them all. Like, I'm just sitting there stoned, just having a fantastic time. Somebody wants to come up and start talking smack about how I'm supposed to be athletic. Okay, continue. Crunch, crunch, crunch through their opinion, right? You just whomp, whomp, whomp while they're talking. That's how I got through all of my buddies, all of my bullies back then. You put a big old thing of chunky food in your face, you can't hear a word they're saying. So they're going off, and then I finally, in the middle of a couple of chews, I hear like, yeah, I probably like swim circles around you. Your mom couldn't swim, huh? And I'm just like, it's on. It's on now, you know? And I mean, like, I didn't even have the proper athletic attire, I guess. I just had like tattoos and flab. So I stand up. Jesus. A little bit of the opinion changes at this point for the guy who should have just let the fat kid eat his damn Cheetos, right? And I'm like, all right, let's get to the other side of the pool. And I waddle over there, kind of give myself the like heavy breath, like a pool shark. You know what a pool shark is, right? Pool shark is a guy who like, oh, gee, fiddle-dee-dee, this is totally new to me. Like playing pool with a bunch of schmucks at the billiard stall. And then they turn around after the first game and he's like, double or nothing. And then like they just schoolhouse rock. It's my favorite thing. I go out there, I waddle, I give them the like as I'm walking, right? Get in the water. Okay. And then I say something like this. I go, no kickoff, okay? And they go, okay. Kickoff was when you put both of your feet against the pool, right? And you went, whooshta, and you just lift all of the force against that one. Then you're literally halfway across the pool. You're a big fat cheater, okay? And then you're on the other side and you're better than them. We didn't let that go. Not me. Not this little black duck. No. So I was like, do that. They would hit off. They'd say, go! And I was already on the other side. Fastest swimmer this side of Ventura County. I'm not even lying. And as I moved through, that's the truth. Every chance I had to prove that fat can be fast, I did it until I blew my knee out. That happened pretty fast, too. I was moving with some friends of mine. Some people that I genuinely love and appreciate. Let me just get a little shorter for you real quick. And they had a basement. It was essentially a whole apartment. You go down to this place and they would do that like cribs, like like camera shock back and forth really quick and just kind of zoom in to a big old open. Cribs was a show on MTV where they showed off rich people's house. MTV was a channel on television that used to. Television was an invention that I could go for days. Anyway, you get in there and it's fully furnished and it's gorgeous, right? But when we first got there, it was full of like kitty poop in boxes because they had like 7 cats and a billion things. So they were like, move all that stuff out and you guys can live down there rent free until you get your own place and you start getting into college. And we were like, Smurf, yeah, I don't want to pay for crap. So we go down there, we start packing everything out, but then we got to start packing everything into the garage. I have been duped to moving antiques and old stuff that should have just stayed in the basement. Could have put them in the corner, built like Fort Mork. You know, what's the password? Nanu. Get in. Welcome aboard the ship. But no, we had to take them all into the garage. So we take them all into the garage, and we're trying to up the last pack of boxes. Have you ever seen one of those automatic cat pans? Automatic cat pan, the kitty does its business. The little claw goes, wee, scoop up the poop, wee, dump into the box, wee, combs the poop. It has a little panel, and this panel goes to the floor, and it's like a little plexi, carpeted. It's cheap, but that's the point. It's like right there in the end. And I'm carrying boxes, and I'm backing up, right? Now, what's behind me is that stupid thing, and I didn't see it. I step on it. It breaks, and it wraps around a bookcase, my leg. It wrapped around so tightly that the tension in my knee went, pow! And then all of my body weight went down the stairs. In true, like... I'm literally eating my own foot, people. Okay, that's it. I'm ingesting my toes at this point. My foot is laying down underneath me, and it's like resting on my head. They had to roll me over. Okay, completely untrained, unmedically qualified people who should have left my ass alone, flipped my ass over, and then realigned my chakras in my leg. Everything's gonna be fine. Hold them down. What? You know, like the scene in the movies where like all the doves and stuff like leave a friggin' tree and the deer all skitter off because someone screamed and it spooked the world. That was me, baby. That was me. I was that. And it was terrifying. For the next, like, I don't know, like 3 weeks, it was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Fat Ass Leg because it was just literally swollen to my entire weight class. They were like, don't stand on it. And then they'd leave me alone for 12 hours straight. Okay, I'm not going to stand on it. Don't get hungry. Ooh, crap. I'm out there like, oh, God. Trying my hardest not to kill myself to make a sandwich. Because there's no, let me be perfectly blunt. That thing is not, that's not a thing anymore. That was, until it healed, there were no attached anything. I couldn't roll into bed without my leg trying to become a separatist from the Union. It was terrifying. I'd get in bed, I'd sit down, I'd go to roll over, and the bottom of my foot would stay on the floor, and all of the pain would be in that spot where it was supposed to be a knee. And have you ever just like screwed up so bad that all you can do is apologize to the limb? I'm sorry. Ooh, okay. Ooh, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Okay. Terrifying. And then, of course, for the rest of my life, because you didn't do, crap, what's it called? Seek medical attention. Why would you do that? That's responsible and thought-provoking. No, I tended to this myself, like the Boy Scout who could and Boy Scout who shouldn't. So it's permanently fudged. When it's cold, I know. When it's dangerous, I know. When it's slippery, I go to the floor. You better be a party of like 4 people. Like, I want to go to the movies. Yeah, that sounds good. We should get something to eat. And I'm like, yeah, we should. And I'm just like gone. Conversation continues. I'm just like on the ground. They just keep on moseying. Please send help. Ooh. It's terrifying. I'm going to be, let's see, complaining about my leg for the rest of my life. You know why? Because it's fun. And it'll always add to the adventure when you have to worry if that next step is going to be a not step, like the guy who's controlling me, you know, like some orc. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. He's like, Jordan's going to walk to the store. Roll initiative. Frick! Every side of this die is 1. The only other side that isn't is just a middle finger covered in blood.
He was just up there
Like, why does this guy always smell like ow and ow? No. Oh, be careful. I'm going to wrap this up really quick. I want to see where we're at here. What are we doing here? I've been going for far too long, but I always go far too longer when I love you people and the people that are here, the people that I love, so I apologize in advance. I always admire everyone who has the gall to actually stay through the entire show because karma gonna get you if you don't. Bam. Much like how you, I don't know, slap the fan blade of a moving fan in your apartment for the first time while you're in VR. People wonder why my controllers don't work. Just stand up one day. Let's get them, guys. And you just see my head go. And then I sign off really quick. What happened? I don't know. Jordan said. And then he just out. He just left. No hair on the top of my head. The fan, the culprit. Sorry. I gotta admit, I've never really done anything contact. Okay? What's it called? You ever seen the videos where the guy like throws the controller across the room by accident, or God forbid, punches Nana in the face, just knocks those dentures right out of the south paw? I'm a boxer. Nana goes down. I got cookies and everybody. Bam! It's terrifying. There's whole videos of just people just like Stallone just out of nowhere, just like key on their kid. And I mean, one of my favorite people on the planet, Miners for Real, he talks about throwing the boundary on his headset, you know, because his kids like to come up in front of him. So he'll, you know, I'm not trying to steal his routine, but I just think it's funny that he'll box his kids to keep him out of the circle by switching over to the AR real quick so he knows where they are. Watch out, Daddy's bowling. You know, I think that's great. But I would like to improve that upon by just like, I don't know, constantly being ready for a fight. You're in a headset. You can't really see the world around you. You know, plus it'd be funny for all the people you're playing with. You're like, I really like that. Yeah. Hey, let's go play like Skip Rope Land. Ha. And you're just like out of nowhere, just start Del hacking someone. Could have happened. Had this been a real emergency, I would have been easily outdued and knocked the hell out. Like Jordan. Sorry, that's the first thing that someone's got to worry about if I'm silent and just drifting. Somebody call the police.
Why are you
Like an
going?
old man with his rascal out and he had to take a nap. That dude went down. Somebody get him. Somebody save him. No, people, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to wrap this up before it goes any higher, before I end up putting my finger into another fan blade. I got to thank everybody for coming in because I love your faces. I got to thank Ashman for once again being here. It's been a year, okay? I never thought in a million years that I would have the opportunity to perform in a place like this for people like you every day or every week for an entire year. It's fun. It's an easy way to avoid having to spend thousands of dollars a year on therapy. And it's awesome because until this point, you guys didn't know that I had body odor. But I want to say that from me to you, I love your face. I honestly do. Everybody here, the Soapstone, the Horizon world as a whole will always be a place that I'll enjoy the hell out of. And from me to you, I hope you guys always come back. I hope you guys see what we have in store. I hope you take the time to notice the people that are in here and everything that goes on. Anyway. And everybody anyway, guys, always come back. Always come back for laughs. It makes me smile on your face when you do. And come to see some of the stuff that we got going on. Please come back next week when T-Bob gets here. Like I didn't think that I would be able to do something like this without selling my soul, but a year in stand-up and VR has given me the opportunity to host for somebody who I never thought I'd be on the same stage with, and it's going to make my absolute dream come true to be a part of that, and I hope you guys can too. Come in next week, say hi, and then remember, like, say, you know, just remind me that I'm old. Next week when I get older, because I'm going to forget, of course, clearly, that I'm 39 years old, and I'm going to need people to remind me, right, that I'm 39 years old and that it's my 39th birthday. But please remember, comedy is first. Soapstone, me, here, come in. We'll see ya. I love your faces. Don't hesitate to make yourself known. And if you ever feel like cracking a joke, please do. Other than that, I love your faces and I'm out. Peace. Be witches.
Woohoo.